Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And right now the markets took a huge leg down today in the later half of the trading session, and a very big bearish engulfing candle as well, right? Engulfing this entire green day that we got the other day. And you know what? It was on volume as well. We actually had over 96 million shares traded, so definitely sell off volume. This can definitely continue. However, it may not be to the extent that everyone is expecting. Everyone wants this big crash right now. And I've been looking for a pullback myself and expecting one for quite a bit of time, but maybe this is it, right? And just another count here. So still following my bullish count. I have the 2 ending here. However, twos are usually a little bit deeper, and I like them to be more not this shallow. And there's the possibility that this is just a flat, something like this, and we're gonna get a dip down. There is obviously an upsloping trend line that we broke today, and that's got everyone's eyes and ears, paying attention, and it's just, to me, a lot of noise, because the Fed, I still think the Fed is in a lot of trouble. I don't think they can raise rates. People are saying that they're gonna have to raise rates. I mean, do they really want to raise rates? The market's gonna blow up if they raise rates, and that's probably why the market was so scared today. So basically, if this is a flat and this is the bearish scenario, and we're gonna dip down, then you got to buy area down here between 507 and 496. If we go deeper than that, then we'll reevaluate the count then, and we'll take a look at what could be playing out. But obviously today was definitely lots of panic selling, and yeah, there's been some trend breaks in the triple Qs. The triple Qs obviously breaking a trend as well. IWM getting a bigger correction as well. So I think IWM, if it does dip down, there's this area down here which is still untouched, which could be just a flat, right? And we'd just be waiting for this to play out before we could continue higher. And let me just calculate this one a little bit better, a little bit more accurate. So if we're gonna do this ABC and do this drop, then we'll stop out of some positions and we'll re-enter lower. That's basically it. I am currently in some longs on Apple. We took some longs on Tesla as well. And Tesla, we'll get into the individual names in just a little bit, but they were performing very well today. Tesla was up over 4%, and then we had this monster reversal. So anywhere between the 100% retrace to the 618 would be a buy area for the IWM. So anywhere in this area. If this happens, then we should continue up afterwards. This should find support, and the market should be supported. Lots of panic. I love it when the market panics, because opportunities arise, because people will sell and buy. When emotions get involved, people will sell things that probably shouldn't be sold, and when there's emotions on the upside, people will buy things that probably shouldn't be bought. FOMO buying and FOMO panic selling is. They kind of they kind of overextend themselves. Anyways, let me continue here. We'll take a look at Wave Edge and Market Cipher. So Market Cipher continuing the bearish dual band strength index numbers, and I think we actually printed a new one today, and it is increasingly it's getting even more bearish right now. We have a 19 and a -5 on the dual band strength index, but let's not forget that tomorrow we have a very important data point, which is going to be the non-farm employment change. It's expected to come in lower than last month at 212,000. If it comes in even lower than that, that will show a weakening labor market, which will be bullish for the stock market, right? Because then the Fed will take a look at the non-farm payrolls. Oh, maybe the labor market is weakening after all, and we should start to cut sooner than later. And this whole week has been, should we cut, should we not cut, and it's been going up and down. It's extremely data reliant, and everyone's just listening to what the Fed has to say. But me, I like to follow the charts, and right now the charts show that we're technically still in an uptrend on these EMAs, but we are starting to break the trend, right? We're starting to break the trend. we're starting to see some initial signs here that we could be headed lower. But I don't want to sound any too many alarm bells just now. A lot of people have been trying to pick the top, and we'll see if they do. Maybe this was it. Maybe this was it. This was the stock market top, and we're starting to roll over. But until then, markets should be supported and continue to go higher. Let me take a look here at the SPY on the wave edge. So SPY obviously getting a significant amount of selling. Nothing really new lately. I think maybe today we didn't even see any wave edge selling really from big money. Let's see if we saw some buying on this dip. I mean, yeah, so this kind of tells me that we may get a very big rally tomorrow because look at all this buying. Buy on the way down on the smaller time frames. So maybe this was a dip to be bought. Same thing on the triple Qs, I think, and same thing on the IWM, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see when smart money buys these dips on the way down. We got that gap down the other day on the IWM. Dip was bought up. Gap down, dip was bought up. It's being bought right now. And same thing on the Dow Jones, I believe, as well. So these are just the smaller time frames showing you what smart money is doing and what dumb money is probably doing. So dumb money panic selling and smart money buying the dip. Excuse me. Could it go deeper? Could the dip go deeper? Yes, it could. It very well could. I do have some targets showing us that we could technically go lower into this range here between 192 and 199. But until then, it could just continue to take off because on the IWM we still actually have not taken out. Did we take out the lows? Yes, we did make a lower low, but overall seems to be defended so far. After hours, maybe not so much. I think we're just like flat right now, not doing too much. Just waiting on that data tomorrow. But I'll be up and early tomorrow because I want to get ahead on the pre-market for what's going to be going on with the non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate and all that stuff. So let me continue to some individual names here. I know a lot of people are excited, waiting for me to take a look at some of the names I've been covering. Let me take a look at Apple. So Apple, big dump today, obviously down to 168. Still holding the pivot though so far in the grander scheme of things. Still in my larger buy area. If we start to come out of it, great. If not, we start to break lower and go below 165, then we stop out and look for a better opportunity, right? That's just the way it goes. You just got to stop out of your trade and move on. Tesla performing very well today. So Tesla was actually impulsing out here. We're up over 4%. News came in and then boom, look what happened, right? Obviously, Tesla gave up a lot of its gains and hammering against that 20-day moving average. But maybe we'll do a little bit more chop here before we actually start to get out of this range. So we could technically still chop sideways. Great opportunity to start doing some covered calls on our position. Probably going to be doing that and posting them inside the Discord here. Let me continue on, excuse me, and I'll take a look at a few more names here that we've been covering. So ROKU finally getting this dump here that I was expecting. Finally, this looks like the C-leg is playing out after all, this fifth wave. And I mean, I've been expecting this, but I was a little bit impatient, I must admit. And I'm currently in a position in ROKU, and obviously we're a little bit in down under right now. But we'll see if it comes around. But I do have my stop set, and this is a daily confirmation stop. So if I get a daily close below this level, then I will just stop out, and we'll just look for a better opportunity. But this one is a trade that I definitely like right now on ROKU. Let me just take a look at what smart money is doing on ROKU. We'll start off with the daily. Daily time frame, not really seeing anything there. 4 hour, not seeing anything. 1 hour, not seeing anything. 30-minute, not really seeing anything. 5 minute. I mean, I wouldn't really take long-term positions based off the 5 minute, but if we get on the 5 minute, you can see this dip is being bought at the lows here. So maybe we'll go down a little bit more, but I think we are nearing a low possibly in ROKU. Let me take a look at one more thing here, actually a couple more things in terms of individual names. Take a look at NVDA. So NVDA dumping down beautifully here, down 3.44%. My buy area for NVIDIA is still at this level between 842 to 763. and then after that, this would be a nice long opportunity, and for it to continue higher afterwards. Let me take a look at SMCI. SMCI big dump today as well, down 5%. Should start to come down lower in this C leg. But again, maybe it'll truncate and end earlier because the market will be so bullish. But we'll see how everything plays out in the coming days and weeks. Let's take a look at Mara. So crypto miners, right? Crypto miners, I've said many times, I think we need to wait longer and wait for them to go lower in this C leg. So C leg pushing lower right now, down 4% or basically 5% in Mara today. Riot, I do like Riot, but I think it needs to go lower as well. I haven't done a complete count yet on Riot, but that's pretty similar pattern. I like to track Mara, CLSK, and a few others with some counts, but essentially they are going to go lower, in my opinion, in the short term. Bitcoin right now, I think it's down just a little bit, 67,933. So I guess it could get one more dip down. And if it does, I think we'd be buying the dip on this one if we could get an opportunity to long maybe possibly a double bottom. But we'll see. We'll see how that when it comes. We'll take it as it goes. And finally, Hut Mining didn't really do anything today. Flat on the day. And finally, look at that, SLNH. I think this one we took our profits on this trade. It was actually quite a nice trade. But thank God we took the profits quickly because the market reversed and then all those gains would have been erased. Let me take a look at TLT. So we'll take a look at TLT. And right now, like I mentioned yesterday, TLT hit my buy area and it has technically met the minimum requirements for it to go lower. I mean, significantly lower. I mean, you could have said it right here. Right? You could have said that the C leg was in here because it did make a lower low, but I like it a little bit better here. Now it's extended a little bit further and hit my buy area. But you know, it could go a little bit into this. It could go lower. Yields could go higher, right? Yields are being rejected right now. Where's my 20-year? The yields are being rejected from the sell area. They are, right? They've already made their higher high, and you know the markets are very hesitant on going higher when the yields are trying to push higher. But if the yields just, you know, we get one good piece of data that says that inflation's going down or economy's weakening, and the yields will dump. The yields will dump, the dollar will dump, and right now the dollar seems to want to go higher. We'll see if the markets can continue to go higher. You know, precious metals continue to go higher even though the dollar goes higher because the precious metal and the commodity market seems to know that this entire Fed you know, bearish stance is just a bluff, and they're gonna pivot regardless. They're finished because they can't raise rates. The economy cannot handle it. Right now you have gold and silver starting to form a bit of a local top here. Pause. You'll probably get a retrace, chance to reaccumulate, and then another long opportunity, in my opinion. And then that's when we'll probably make a few trades on some gold miners. Gold miners are a little bit extended right now, so I think they need to cool off for a little bit. Okay, let me continue. Let's wrap it up here. We'll take a look at a few other things. Let me just check the Discord. I think a lot of people were asking about a few trades or maybe asking about some tickers. They were excited to see what I was going to talk about tonight. Yeah, so there's talking about the trend seems broken for good. So the SPY, right? The SPY trend, you know, the trend line that everyone's basically looking at, I think is this one here. And it was already being tested, right? I think we were already testing it a couple times. Or maybe it's, yeah, I think I got my trend line correct here. So yeah, so something like that. And then I think you had a nice little pivot, or am I making a mistake? Are people drawing it from here? I don't really care. To me that you kind of just tell in general that the trend. There you go. So you got a nice little trend here, bouncing off this upsloping trend line, and now, boom, giant red candle. Is the trend broken? I mean, if it recaptures this high in one single day, No, it's not broken. It's still very bullish. This was just a fake out. If we see follow through and then a bounce back up in a retest and then a rejection, that's when you have a short opportunity. All right, I got someone at the door here coming in, so I guess we'll wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.